man was possessed with many demons. I'd like to take a look right quickly at this man. But first of all, let me say by way of introduction, aren't you glad that when you're in a mess, Jesus comes to you? Amen. Jesus will meet you in your mess. Right. Jesus will meet you in your brokenness. Jesus doesn't ask you to get straightened up and then come to Him. He will come to you even while you're all tore up from the floor. Jesus doesn't say, get off the dope and then come to me. Jesus doesn't say, get off the liquor and then come to me. Jesus will come to you even in your mess. Aren't you glad? You see, we can't go to Him, but thank God He will come to you. Ain't that good? To know that the Creator of all things is not distant, but that He will come to you. And now let's look at this man for a moment that is possessed with many demons. This man is living in the graveyard. This man is no longer welcome in polite society. This man is an outcast. This man is uncontrollable. He probably gets loud because the Bible says that day and night he cries out and he yells. And he probably got on the people in the town's last nerve. And therefore they would send him to the mountains chained and fettered and bound. But the demons were so strong and so powerful that he would break the chains and break the fetters and make his way back to the town and cause an uproar, and they would take him back and he would come back, and they would carry him back and he would come back. He was unwelcome, and the Bible says that he was untamable. Can you imagine what does it take for a man to become so wild that he has to be tamed? Men tame bears. Men tame lions. Men tame horses. But what happens to a man or a woman that would cause them to be so out of control and so wild that they would have to be tamed? It's devils today. I see it everywhere that I go. I see people that don't even realize that they are possessed by demons. I go to Walmart or to the mall and I see this young crowd that walking around with their pants almost falling off of them. I see the young ladies walking in the mall wearing their pajamas. That's a crowd that is out of control. That's a crowd that needs to be tamed. Some people say, what's wrong with the crowd and the generation today? I'm glad that you asked, and I'm happy to answer. You see, Satan has so many people bound that they're out of their mind and don't even realize what they're doing. You say, how can they get so out of control? I'm glad you asked that. The crowd today is so out of control because the one that is raising them is out of control. We need some parents that'll stop trying to be friends with their children and parent them and let them know who is the head of the house. Y'all ain't got to say amen. I'll say it for you. Amen.
Come on. Good preaching.
Am I right about it? We need to get things under control in our homes, and then we wouldn't have so much going on in our schools. Everybody's wondering about the generation where we can't even send our children to school without the fear of some demon-possessed child or young person coming in with a gun and killing people. Honey, we got to get them straight in our home. That way when we send them out into the world, y'all got to help me this morning. We see the demons. We see Satan everywhere today. We see people like this man out of control. I see it everywhere that I go. Y'all quiet bunch, but I'm going to preach it anyway. I know it ain't popular today, but friend, if we don't start taking and discipline and teaching what's right and what's wrong, we are going to only have a next generation that's going to be worse and worse and worse because you're too busy trying to be their best friend instead of trying to be a father and a mother to your little one. Little ones look up to their parents and they began to follow the examples that their mothers and their fathers set to them. If you live in a home and you cuss, don't be surprised when your young children start cussing. Am I right about it?
Yes, sir.
If you're living in a home and you're always fussing and fighting, don't be surprised that you get a call from the school that your child is uncontrollable and has become like a wild animal and needs to be tamed. Don't be surprised if you drink alcohol and smoke dope and do your drugs in your home, that one day your children is out on the street with a needle sticking in their arm. Y'all gotta help me today. We've let things get out of control. And we're letting the children rule the home instead of the parents ruling the home. I need 2 or 3 in here adults who was raised like I was raised. That when they told you to shut your mouth, you shut your mouth.